had a delivery. I've already opened it because I didn't know what it was, so it's not an unboxing. I just kept it safe. And I've already opened the actual product. Well, I had this, let's take that off. It seems they are the best. This is a Kreg pocket hole, Kreg Jig R3 for pocket holes. I knew I wasn't going to be doing much more yet with regards to pocket holes, so I thought this would be the one for me. There's the packaging. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, it comes with, look at this. I love when things come in a case. I know I can put the case on my safe as well. So you've got your instructions, a little bit about the jig, some other paperwork. You do get a selection of 2.5 inch nails, pocket screws, 1.25. So I think there's just a handful of each just to get you started, but if you wanted to practice using this jig before actually using it on a project, at least you've got some screws to put some stuff together with, and it's the square head stuff. And then you've got a couple of plugs, which I'll be honest with you, I've seen videos on people just putting dowels in and flush cutting them. I'll probably do that. I don't particularly see the point in buying plugs when you can make your own. I am on a budget. But here we go. So here's the jig, and you've got your drill bit, which has got the end that does the little hole at the end. So it's got to be measured correctly. I'm sure you've all seen the videos on how to use one of these, and I'm still learning, so I'm not going to try and describe it to you, but I had a Timo one. I didn't even bother showing you guys. I don't think I did anyway, but I binned it. I did bin it. It was terrible. Now, the reason why it was terrible is because the Timo one was like that. That was the plate. And this one, it's a tiny bit of movement, but it needs room to turn. But it's just, when you think cheap tools will do the job for now, when it comes to something like this, I don't believe they will. Everything feels exceptionally good quality, The tray itself, it's clipped in, but it feels like it could probably come out, maybe save some stuff under it, or maybe put the paperwork under it. Do you know what? I'm going to see if that is a thing. So there's nothing under there, but having those constantly in the way, I don't want to lose things like that. There we go. So yeah, and also inside the box, for this bit there, to show you where the ring, I think it's a collar or something, I'll call it it's called. Underneath, you've got some measurements there to tell you where, and I believe when you clip that in and it's set in place, you can set the collar to wherever that needs to be, and there's sort of a, if I take that out, that fits in there. So I'm going to put that to the test. So if I slide that on, okay, I'm going to have to loosen it a little. So I'm a bit clumsy this evening, guys. Right, there we go. So I'm just going to take that back out. So if I fit that in there, now I believe this is, I actually don't, I haven't read the instructions or seen this done, but I believe if you make sure you've got access to this, if you can set that to, whichever measurement you need for whichever screw and how deep your pocket hole or your material. I'm still yet to learn that, but I'm just going to practice. I'm going to buy one size at the moment of one thickness piece of wood, so if it's 1.5 inches thick, if it's plywood, or 1.25 inches. Over here it's actually 12mm, 18mm. ish. So yeah, this is let's have a look. So if it's a 16mm thick, I believe, piece of wood, it says on the inside, on that side there, and I believe that's where I tighten the collet or collar. So then when I use this, if I just tighten that down, I'm trying to do it with one hand. So there we are. So if I tighten that there, I believe now. Okay, so what have I set that to? That's 16. So that's, I believe that's already set to 16. So this, you can squeeze those bits together and you slide, it is a bit fiddly, you know, slide that to whatever measurement you want, and that's that bit, you know, it hooks on the end of a piece of wood, and that's where you drill, I think. So anyway, I'll set these back to where they were. I thought I'd be able to do them both at the same time. So if that's 13, that's 16. Right, okay, because it's 13, 16, 19, 23, 25, so it goes up in whatever that is, odd numbers though. So then when that goes through, that's as far as it goes, and that's where it comes out. I don't know if you can see that. So just, you know, everything is there for you. If you're a beginner, like I am, and you want to know, you know, how to do this, there's going to be things that show you what to do, and everything has a place, so it fits back in, you know, nicely. In fact, I'm going to need that so I can take this back off, but the fit there, like on the Timo one, this was, it wouldn't bite straight, and it was awful. So please, if you have any, and I'm going to say any, self-respect, by all means, there's a lot of things on Timo, whatever, that are potentially good tools. I mean, the squares that I've got, you know, the machinist squares, they're as far as I'm concerned, close enough to perfect for me anyway. So use stuff like that, but when it comes to something like this, don't buy the little square blue ones off Timo with, you know, a drill bit that doesn't have this on the end. They provide a brad point drill bit. I know that one. It's just a drill bit with a, you know, a little point. It's no good unless you can set it perfectly and you're some kind of pocket hole master. It's not going to happen for you. It certainly didn't for me, so I put mine in the bin. So that's it. So I've got my Kreg Jig R3 for doing pocket holes, and I can get some practice done. I just wanted to share this with everyone, and you know, I said I was going to get decent tools for a change, and you know, not the stuff that I was using where it was, the stuff I was building with it was falling apart. So there it is, the Kreg Jig R3. I'm happy. It finally came. Oh, and it was on eBay, and it was £35 with free delivery on eBay. Amazing. Just, if you want one and you want to spend £30, £40, buy that one. There is one which is a little tiny bit more expensive. It comes with the actual face clamp that holds things together really nicely. If you want that one, get that one, but I personally don't think I need it. I have a lot of random clamps, but they do hold things down, so I don't think I'm going to have a problem holding that in place with a random clamp. So you don't need a clamp. You don't need the Kreg, you know, quick face clamp thing. When I do eventually buy a decent clamp to hold things like that down, it'll be one of the Kreg, the automatic ones where you don't need to set the pressure, and you know, they adjust to different sizes. It's a whole other thing that I didn't understand the video totally, so I know, check that one out. But thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing, and you know, share or just watch or even mock my journey. I don't care what it is, as long as we're all having fun and everyone's kind. So there we are. See you.